Make sure I get it all in there. Try it now. There we go. We got it. We're back for some more of Daniel Monahan's birthday special, in which this time around we're going to play the Sega CD version of Jeopardy. Let's see how we do. Hey, Tiger. You gonna watch me play?
Welcome. Let's play Jeopardy.
Yeah, let's.
Welcome back.
Here we go.
Now for the Jeopardy round, in which one daily double will appear somewhere on the board. Here are the categories.
Let's get to them. They are bridges. Okay. We also have travel and tourism. All right. We have zoology, awards, vice presidents, and finally, hodgepodge. Okay, I can deal with these categories.
Contestant number 1.
Awards for 100.
For $100. Let's take a look at the answer.
Okay. This youngster didn't go home alone on March 9th, 1991. He took his American Comedy Award with him.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Macaulay Culkin?
You'll have 60 seconds to provide your response.
There.
Yes, that's correct.
Awards for 200.
For $200. Answer?
Margaret Thatcher received the Order of Good Hope during her 1991 visit to this country.
Contestant number 1.
What is South Africa?
Right.
Awards for 300.
For $300. The answer there is...
This company headed by Michael Eisner presents the American Teacher Awards.
Contestant number 1.
What is the Walt Disney Company? I'll take awards for 400.
For $400.
In 1960, Luella Parsons and this rival won Golden Globe Awards for journalistic merit.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Hedda Hopper?
Yes. Select again.
Awards for 500.
For $500.
In 1968, Christopher Plummer was made a companion of the Order of This, his native country.
Contestant number 1.
What is Canada?
Yes. Select.
Very good. Bridges 100.
For $100.
Hodgepodge 100, I guess.
The answer
My fault.
is...
It said that from 1931 to 36, Popeye increased the U.S. consumption of this by 33%.
Contestant number 1.
What is spinach?
Right. For $100. The answer is...
There's a memorial bridge named for these brothers near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina.
Contestant number 1.
Who are Orville and Wilbur Wright.
Yes. Select.
We'll go with bridges for 200.
For $200.
Engineer John Rubling did not live to see the 1883 opening of this bridge spanning the East River.
Contestant number
What
1.
is the Brooklyn Bridge?
Right. For $300. The answer there is...
In March 1968, the McCulloch Oil Corporation of Los Angeles bought this British bridge for $2.5 million.
Contestant number 1.
What is London Bridge?
Yes. Select. For $400. The answer there is...
When completed in 1890, the Firth of Forth Railway Bridge in this country had the world's longest span.
Contestant number 1.
What is Scotland?
Yes. Select again. For $500. Let's take a look at the answer.
The world's longest overwater highway is a causeway that crosses this Louisiana lake.
Contestant number 1.
What is Lake Pontchartrain?
Yes. Select again.
Hodgepodge 200.
For $200.
Answer?
The answer there is...
Elected by the Dale Iron, the Prime Minister of this country is called the
Contestant number 1.
What is Ireland?
Yes. Select. For $300.
Israeli army recruits go to this Jewish fortress to swear an oath that it will not fall again. What is the Masada?
Contestant number 1.
Alright, see you after a while.
Yes. Select again. The clue? It's the Daily Double. What would you like to wager?
Everything.
Here is the clue.
At 10,200 feet, Leadville in this state is the highest incorporated city in the U.S. What is Colorado?
Yes. Select again. For $500.
An essay on criticism contains the line, "Little learning is a dangerous thing." Who is Alexander Pope?
Contestant number 1. Yes, that's correct.
Travel and tourism for 100.
For $100.
This 8-story white marble campanile in Italy has an inner staircase of 296 steps.
Contestant number 1.
What's the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
Yes. Select again. For $200.
Tourist sites of this country include Marathon Lake and Marathon Mound.
Contestant number 1.
What is Greece?
Yes, that's correct. For $300, here is the clue.
Merida, Mexico, on this peninsula is a tourist base for visits to the Mayan ruins at Uxmal. What is the Yucatan?
Contestant number 1. Yes, that's correct. For $400. The answer is...
Begun in 1792, it's the oldest government-owned building in Washington, D.C.
Contestant number 1.
What is the White House?
Yes. Select again. For $500. Here is the clue.
The waters off this beach in California's San Luis Obispo County are rich in clams named after it.
Contestant number 1.
What is Pismo Beach?
Yes. Select again.
Vice President's 100.
For $100.
This first vice president cast more tie-breaking votes in the Senate than any of his successors.
Contestant number 1.
Who is John Adams?
Yes. Select again.
Vice President's for 200, I mean. We're not in Double Jeopardy yet.
For $200.
One of 2 vice presidents born in Indiana.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Dan Quayle?
Yes. That's correct. For $300. Here is the clue.
On October 10th, 1973, he pleaded no contest to one charge of federal income tax evasion.
Contestant number
Who
1.
is Spiro Agnew?
Yes. Select. For $400.
This Democrat was chosen to be Republican, Abraham Lincoln's running mate in 1864.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Andrew Johnson?
Yes. Select. For $500.
Charles G. Dawes, a man with a post-World War I plan, became vice president under this man in 1925. Who is Calvin Coolidge?
Contestant number 1. Yes. Select again. For $100.
The most common type of this striped animal, found in eastern Africa, is the Burchell's variety.
Contestant number
What's
1.
a zebra?
Good job. For $200.
The Harlequin type of this great dog is white with black patches.
Contestant number 1.
What's a Great Dane?
Yes. For $300. Here is the clue.
The bovine term for a female giraffe.
Contestant number 1.
What's a cow?
Yes. For $400.
Cornish chickens, which are often crossed with other breeds, were developed in this country. What's England?
Contestant number 1. Yes. Select again. For $500. Here is the clue.
As you might expect, the rock type of this kangaroo relative lives among the rocks. What's a wallaby?
Contestant number 1. Yes, that's correct.
$12,200 at the end of the Jeopardy round. Now we're going to move on to Double Jeopardy.
In Double Jeopardy, there are 2 daily doubles somewhere on the board in these categories.
Let's get to it. They are the 50 states, appetizers, movie kings, first names, U.S. stamps and coins, and finally, surrenders. All right.
Contestant number 2. For $600,
Naders Raiders in 1933 referred to this mid-Atlantic state as the corporate state.
contestant number 1.
What is Delaware?
You'll have 60 seconds to provide your response. Correct.
I'll take U.S. states for 800, please.
For $800,
This state is named for a king and its capital for a courtier.
contestant number 1.
What is North Carolina?
Yes. For $1,000, here is the clue.
Buffalo Bill's grave is in this state where the columbines grow.
Contestant number 1.
What is Colorado?
Yes. Select.
The 50 states for 400.
For $400,
A Hopi village in this state may be the oldest continuously inhabited settlement in the U.S.
contestant number 1.
What is Arizona?
Yes. Select again. For $200,
Acoma, a pueblo atop a 357-foot mesa, is a tourist attraction in this state. What is New Mexico?
contestant number 1. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, I'll take appetizers for 200.
For $200, answer.
Buffalo chicken wings are traditionally accompanied by a side of this salad dressing.
Contestant number 1.
What is blue cheese?
Right.
I'll take appetizers for 400, please.
For $400,
A Swiss classic, it's a mixture of melted cheese, wine, and seasonings into which bread cubes are dipped.
contestant number 1.
What is fondue?
Yes. Select again. For $600,
This basic Mexican appetizer is made by topping tortilla chips with melted cheese and peppers. What are nachos?
contestant number 1. Yes. Select again. For $800,
After it's seasoned and shaped, this raw beef appetizer is topped with a raw egg.
contestant number 1.
What is steak tartare?
Yes. Select again.
And appetizers for 1,000.
For $1,000, the answer there is
Whether topped with spinach or watercress, this oysters appetizer will make you feel like a millionaire.
contestant number
What
1.
is oysters Rockefeller?
Yes, that's correct.
I'll take first names for 200, please.
For $200.
Babs is a shortening form of this name that means foreign or non-Greek.
Contestant number 1.
What is Barbara?
Yes.
We'll go with first names for 400.
For $400.
Hitler gave this name that means noble wolf a bad name. What is Adolf?
Contestant number 1. Yes. Select again. For $600, the answer there is...
This girl's name was probably coined by J.M. Barrie for Peter Pan.
Contestant number 1.
What is Wendy?
Yes. Select again. For $800,
This is the German form of the name Charles.
contestant number 1.
What is Carl?
Correct.
And first names for 1,000.
For $1,000. Answer?
A German emperor created this name by combining two Roman names, Maximus and Emilianus.
Contestant number
What is
1.
Maximilian?
Yes. Select again.
We'll take Movie Kings for 200.
For $200, the answer is...
Appropriately, this actor known as the King starred in The King and Four Queens in 1956. Who is Clark Gable?
Contestant number 1. Yes. Select again.
Movie Kings for 400.
For $400. The answer there is...
Roy Rogers' nickname, or the title of a 1943 film in which he outwitted Nazis. What is King of the Cowboys?
Contestant number 1. Yes. Select again.
We'll go Movie Kings for 600.
For $600, let's take a look at the answer.
George Siegel raised rodents during World War II in this film based on a novel.
Contestant number 1.
What is King Rat?
Good job. For $800,
The French title of this cult film about inmates who leave an asylum is La Roi de Coeur.
contestant number
What is
1.
the King of Hearts?
Yes. Select again. For $1,000,
Robert De Niro played would-be comic Rupert Pupkin in this offbeat Martin Scorsese film.
contestant number 1.
What is the King of Comedy?
Yes. Select again.
Surrenders 200.
For $200. The answer is...
Bazasis, the Persian governor of Egypt, surrendered to this Macedonian in 332 BC. Who's Alexander the Great?
Contestant number 1. Yes. Select again.
We'll go surrenders 400. Excuse me.
The answer there is one of the 2 daily doubles. How much would you like to bet?
All of it.
Here is the clue.
At Stanley, capital of this island group, the Argentines surrendered to the British June 14th, 1982. What are the Falkland Islands?
Yes. Select again.
Keep it going.
For $600. Answer?
On July 3rd, 1754, during this war, George Washington surrendered Fort Necessity.
Contestant number
I'm
1.
gonna say what's the French and Indian War?
Yes. Select again. For $800.
Admiral Nimitz signed the Japanese surrender for the U.S. He signed as Supreme Allied Commander.
Contestant number
Who
1.
was General Douglas MacArthur.
Yes. That's correct.
Okay. And the surrenders for 1,000.
For $1,000. The answer there is...
His uncle, Spotted Tail, convinced this Oglala Sioux warrior to surrender in 1877. Who is Crazy Horse.
Contestant number 1. Yes. Select. For $200.
In Scott's catalog, U.S. stamp number 1 has a portrait of this Postmaster General.
Contestant number
Who
1.
is Benjamin Franklin.
Yes. Select again. For $400. The answer is...
The new air mail stamps issued by the post office in 1927 featured this plane.
Contestant number 1.
What is the Spirit of St. Louis?
Yes. Select again. For $600.
This planet is seen on the back of the regular Eisenhower and Anthony dollars.
Contestant number 1.
What is the Earth?
Yes, that's correct. It's a daily double. What would you like to wager?
During World War II, this coin contained none of the metal it was named for. What's the nickel?
Yes, that's correct. For $1,000, here is the clue.
A 1948 stamp honored Moyna Michael, who created this artificial
Contestant
memorial
number
flower.
1.
What's the poppy?
Right.
And that's the game.
We're back for Final Jeopardy. And the Final Jeopardy category for today is
The Senate. All right.
contestant number 1. Contestant number 1, what would you like to wager? The Final Jeopardy clue is you'll have 60 seconds to provide your response. Good luck. Contestant number 2. Contestant number 3. Contestant number 1, we'll start with you. Your Final Jeopardy response was yes, that's correct.
So I ended with $211,600. I'll see you all for another
And
game.
your Final Jeopardy wager was your total? Contestant number 1, you are now the reigning Jeopardy champion. Congratulations.